Hi, welcome back to another episode of Anime While Black podcast. I'm your host, Regina Moretto. I have a very special guest. All of my guests are very special, but she is extremely special to me. This is Danielle Dilworth. This is my really, really good friend. We have been rocking together for a long time.
Yeah, you know I'm a good friend when she put my whole government.
I did. But, social is...
It's fine. We'll rock with it.
Yes, but I'm so glad to have her here because she is a movie connoisseur, a cinephile, all things blerdy, and nobody would know it looking at her, but she is like all into, like, she'll tell me, Regina, did you go see this yet? And I'm like, no, aren't you supposed to be watching that? Yes.
It's getting so disturbing because it's like, why are you always at the movies by yourself? And people don't believe me. And I'm like, look, I am the movie club. I got everything you can think of. That's just me.
I remember when you was like, girl, don't you know about $5 Tuesdays? And I was like, what?
She's like, there's a $5 day? I'm like, what?
Yes. Oh my God. So I am so glad to have you here today.
Thank you for the invite.
So you can bring me up to speed on good things, like good movies to watch, what's on TV, since now everything is like, you don't have to go see it in theaters, but I know you love the experience.
I do.
Are you going to go back to movies?
It's more so the popcorn. I was just at the movies.
Where? What movie did you go to?
I went to go see Godzilla versus Kong. Or was it the other way?
I don't know. We'll look it up.
I think it was Godzilla versus Kong.
Did you like it?
I did. And so the problem with me is I get too attached to characters. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the movie like, don't cry. Aww. Without giving it away. You know? It was good. And I went and saw it. I saw it in IMAX. So
yes.
To me, it was way too loud because I'm like, I can do the sound, but IMAX is like
I think it's COVID that has us where we're used to these like small, quiet bubbles, intimate things. And it was just like the rumble without
It's almost like I forgot.
Yes.
That the movie theater is supposed to be surround sound. I was in there like, but no, it was really good. They did way better than what I thought they were going to do.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting the ending. I wasn't even expecting the middle. So I loved it.
Okay, cool. So with the what can you tell us about it then?
Without giving it. Well, I honestly feel like if you're watching this, you have already seen it because you should be up to date on your movies.
Probably.
So what I can tell you is for Kong to have all these like fingers and stuff, he was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah.
And it was hurting my heart because I feel like we came from monkey. Like, come on, Kong, fight.
Did you just say we came from a monkey?
Like, pinch him. And I also thought Godzilla was cheating because
he was cheating. He's a dinosaur.
And he has he's a dragon. So how are you gonna keep blowing fire? I was mad. I was like,
if Kong would have got within arm reach, like could he?
No, he was within arm reach.
So they played our boy. They played him.
They was playing Kong.
And they just put it, so it was really Godzilla versus Kong, not Kong versus Godzilla.
Absolutely. Like, I'm just like, come on, why would you have Kong in the ocean when you know Godzilla can swim?
Exactly.
And monkeys can't swim. The whole movie just had me mad. I was just...
Was there any interaction with people, like in dialogue?
Yes, but I honestly, I think that's why I liked it the most. It didn't have a whole bunch of human interaction. Good. It was mainly about Kong and Godzilla. But I don't remember if you remember Skull Island.
Yes.
With the indigenous people. They have one of them there that's in the whole movie, and it's a little girl.
Oh,
and she doesn't speak English, she signs. And monkeys are smart, they can sign.
Yeah.
So that was the interaction was with him and this little girl. He's an ape, okay.
Yes.
He's a gorilla.
Yes.
They were interacting the whole movie. And I did like that because I'm like, you gave this child a role.
Yes.
And actually to be an actress and you have this role as a kid where you're signing an imaginary ape.
Yeah.
I mean, it showed her skill too because... She
had to have had skills because... You know how they have like the little tennis ball that's what it is, a tennis ball.
Oh, but even her face was on point.
Exactly.
She was, and it was so funny because
some kid actors
we were joking about this, but she was very like dry.
Like her face, she's talking to a fake.
But her face was like explosion and she was like.
Kid actors suck. I'm sorry. Most of them suck. Like I watch movies and I'm like, this kid. To switch gears, Modern Family, like the little girl Lily, like watching her.
That
grow
was Lily.
Up.
No, it was Lily.
Yes,
you know, Modern
dry
Family,
face.
Lily is very dry.
Yes.
Lily is a Virgo. I don't care what no one says. This kid was a Virgo. She was so dry. That's my mom talking.
Yes.
My mom's an astrologer.
Yes.
But this little girl was just like,
Dead ass. Just,
like she didn't smile. They had to hop in the a helicopter.
Like in there, they don't communicate that way.
When it was like explosion, water, Godzilla, she just like
yeah, this is Tuesday.
It was a Monday, but you know.
Yes.
But even like whenever they were getting into the helicopter thing and she had to get in, it was like no like
apprehension. No,
it was like buckle
whatever.
up. The ceiling is falling. She just got in and she was like.
I hope that maybe.
I hope she's having a great day. I love that little girl.
Yeah. You seem to be a fan, and I'm like, if I watch this dry ass performance, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be throwing popcorn. At the screen.
I just feel for her. It's like. I hope she's doing great, and I hope she gets more roles.
I do. I hope little kid actors get more roles when they're good. And it sounds like she was. You know, because that takes skill. That does take skill.
Yeah.
So we're not going to compare her to Lily.
No. When you see the film.
Yes, exactly.
You are going to compare her to Lily.
Oh, my God. Then I'm just going to be like, look at this dry-ass little girl. Okay.
This dry-ass baby.
Yes. Because they'll say baby. I'll be like, this old dry-ass
She's not a baby. She's at
no
least
emotions.
10.
They just giving kids roles and shit. Nobody got to work for nothing.
We're going to let her make it. But, yeah, the movie was great.
Yes. So, okay. So, I'm going to add that to my list of what I want to see. But
oh, my God. First of all, your list is getting way too out of hand.
It is. I'm busy.
Well, the good thing is, I did read that it's on HBO Max now.
Oh, well, then I'll watch it at home.
Yeah, so.
See? But then we need to go on a movie day because we've been saying that since before COVID, like, to see something together. We were. That's when you brought up, like, the Tuesdays.
A year and a half later.
I mean, well, you be hopping on planes and going places.
Per.
I do too, but you more so than me.
Well, speaking of watching, you really need to get into this Snyder Cut because I wish that was the one that I saw. Like, I would have literally sat in theaters for 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I was turned off to it. Like, watching it at home, I have this rule. I give everything I watch 5 to 10 minutes, and if I'm not fully invested, then I'm out of it. And so watching it and seeing, like, I love Wonder Woman. And then watching that, I was just like, I don't know how, like, the choreography of her martial arts was horrible. And I know, like, did you
That's
know
probably because
she
you
actually
know
can fight?
How it's supposed to look. Like me, I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know martial arts.
It was terrible. And the way they had her sliding across the floor, I was just like, y'all out
Well,
of line.
I personally, and this is probably going to have everybody freaking out, I did not even like the original Wonder Woman. I didn't like it.
Yeah, well, I mean, from the 70s, the original one,
no,
or the one that they did?
The one that they
Okay.
redid. I didn't like it. I actually liked the second one better.
I did too.
I just wish they would have gave Cheetah
more of a role.
Yeah, that was weird. But
Yeah.
I liked that one better than the first one.
I mean, the first one, I feel like they spent too much time trying to emphasize these women as like pseudo gods, demigods, and I was like,
and it was just too dramatic.
Yes.
I'm like,
yes.
in my head, I'm going, this. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like, you know, Marvel, but it's like, I mean, DC. I'm sorry. Ooh.
Yes. Ooh.
But this is really dramatic.
It
the whole time, I'm
was.
like,
yeah, exactly. And that's how I felt about it when they brought her on into this. I was like, just the way she was moving and like.
So did you make it to the? So you seen the first Justice League, right? The original one that came out. Oh my God.
I don't like DC.
I need a bubble to pop up that says internally screaming. What?
I know. And I was like, okay, don't judge, but
I'm judging, but go ahead.
Marvel more
Me
than
too.
anything.
I feel like they're executed at two different levels.
Exactly.
But
DC is trying to play catch up. And like, I love Marvel. I love their stories. I love their characters. Marvel is my childhood. Like when Stan Lee died, I cried. And like, did not want to talk to anybody for 4 days. Like, I could not believe it. Jeez. So, yeah, like, I love Marvel. But DC, like, they're coming along, like, with the little Harley Quinn movie was good.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
It was surprisingly
Birds of Prey. It was surprisingly good. And the character development and the storyline. But I just, like, the Superman and then all the Batmans and all the stuff they've been putting out lately is just, like, they're not consistent to their brand. And so I'm just, like.
I think they are consistent to the brand. You just know that when a DC movie comes out, you just hope for the best.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so they're consistently putting out hit or misses. Like I hope
it's very mediocre compared to Marvel.
Yes.
But I like the Snyder Cut because it had a lot of character development from Cyborg to the Flash. Like, it made sense. He went back and he showed you this is why this person did this. This is why he's so angry with his dad. This is like, they went back and tied loose ends. Versus the original, I was kind of like, wait, where did he come from? And this one, that's why it took 4 hours. He goes back to show you this is why they're this way. And Steppenwolf's whole costume just was way better than the first one. Everything from, even the fight scenes were better.
Okay, so I'm invested now because like that whole Wonder Woman sequence.
And then even her whole culture with the Amazon, that fight scene was the best fight scene of the whole damn movie.
What, in the beginning?
In the Snyder Cut, yes, it was so good, and it was really long. Now versus Aquaman, they still get their ass kicked. Like I'm like, you could have added something over here, like at least pinch him.
They was trying to downplay my friend, my little man, Jason Momoa, or maybe he wasn't invested. Like, cause like watching when like Batman showed up, it was just like even his delivery. I was just like, see, I'm judging him by their acting instead of the movie.
Yeah, but
he was dry.
I think his character's supposed to be dry. Very like he don't want to be here. He don't want to be here.
He can't be.
You
dry.
can tell he's only here because if he doesn't help, then people die and they're gonna blame him. Yeah. You can tell it's the only reason that he's even in the movies. He doesn't really want to be in there. I mean, I don't blame him. That's what they're asking Bruce, like, so what do you do? Like, what do you do? Yeah. He don't want to be there.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm reinvested. Now I want to go see Godzilla versus Kong. I want to go ahead and catch up on the Snyder Cut and revisit it tonight.
Please try.
I will try.
Because I'm just like, girl.
You know what I will do? I will watch it while I am feeling lovely, and that's why I will enjoy it.
You're going to be like, all the colors
back here.
And I'd be like, hey, so did you like it? It was great.
Yes, it was fantastic.
It was good. I liked it. Actually, I'm going to watch it again.
Really?
You should have time, but the way it is like it's part 1, part 2. It's going, so if you have something to do, just get past part 1, start later, do that.
Okay, then, so then that makes
See, look, there you go. You got to come with a game plan with this one.
I can do that. So you told me you watched Thunder Force.
I didn't tell you I watched Thunder Force. I attempted to watch Thunder Force.
How was it?
So the problem is I have a bad habit of watching things at night. I am a night owl.
You are.
But I was so exhausted yesterday. And I started watching it, and it's funny. It starts off funny, even from when she punches the kid in the face. I
don't love punching kids.
It's not that.
Say that.
The reason I loved it is because it was like an anti-bullying tactic, and I'm like, yeah. So I got about... Because it starts off with them being kids, and they were friends since they.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
just really quick, not to interrupt you, it has Octavia Spencer and
Melissa McCarthy.
Okay, and it's like Thunder Force is this superhero, almost anti-hero, older women series, and I think that's really cool because we always see superheroes at the.
Well, it was a movie. It wasn't a series.
Movie, sorry, and like they're always young and gorgeous instead of like middle-aged and
normal looking people.
Normal. So, okay, back to you.
But no, I mean, I try to watch it. I kept waking up because I think when you're so tired, you're kind of restless. So I kept waking up. And I would like, when you're sleeping, you hear noises and you're like, something's getting good.
Yes. And so you're like,
roll over. And I was like, he's in this movie? I was like, let me back up. So then I rewound it like an idiot. Fell asleep again. Then I wake up at a new spot. And I'm like in my head, like, okay, either I'm going to have to try to put pieces together and see what kind of movie I got, or I just need to just start over.
So we're going to attempt to watch Thunder Force so we can talk about it.
We're going to underline attempt.
Underline attempt.
What I did like at the beginning was that it's not like a typical like white friend, black friend. The black girl is like the super smart one and the really focused one. But I think Melissa likes playing these crazy ass characters.
She does. She is
So
hilarious.
She's like the friend that you're like, how did they become friends? Like that.
Yes.
So Octavia plays this really smart kid, like super smart. I think if I remember, she's an immigrant or she was adopted because her parents died. But her parents died because of a superhero who's not really a hero. They're just kind of crazy. So she's super smart and she's focused like, hey, I got to do this for my parents. I got to make it. I got to get to college. I got to do this and that. And then Melissa's character is like that friend that you're like, bro,
what is wrong with you?
What are you
life?
doing?
Yes.
It's literally that. So I do like that. I like that the roles are reversed, and I like that they do have this friendship. But
that's like in like film, the film world, it's like the odd couple.
Yeah,
the odd couple.
Definitely the odd best friends. And I like that they weren't born with powers.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, you'll watch. I'm not gonna give it away, but it's not. It's completely opposite of what you think of how they both become powerful. And there's some little cameos of other really good actors in there too. From what I've seen, I don't know why they're in the movie.
And it's a movie, so like, yeah, okay, I'm invested.
And I did see a character, I cannot think of his name, but he's another famous actor. Okay. He had hands that were crab legs, and I thought that was so hilarious.
Like, does he stick them in boiling water for like people's amusement?
Honestly, when I woke up, I was just like, wait, what?
Yes.
But it was like a real crab. Or it might have been, wait, I don't know if it was a lobster, or a can.
Oh, okay. Like,
it was like a lobster.
American Horror Story, the guy who had the little lobster hands.
But they were crab colors. I don't know.
Well,
they weren't red.
They weren't red. Well, lobsters don't turn red till they're boiled.
Okay, well, he was not boiled.
Was he like, were they blue or brown?
He was orange.
So check out Thunder Force, because we're gonna attempt to watch it. Have you watched Invincibles on Amazon?
No, because I'm kind of striking Amazon movies right now.
Really? Why?
Because they won't bring back Upload, and I love that show. So I decided to, I'm currently shadow banned on Instagram because I've been harassing in the comments of Amazon.
Oh, I thought, okay.
That's probably the main reason. I was bullying, but I'm like, why would you introduce this great show? Give it one season.
It's good.
Give it one season, and then it's been like 2 years since the last one.
Finish Upload. I started watching it recently. I think I made it about 3 episodes in. Wow.
When you get to the end, you're gonna be like me. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
See, Amazon, check your mail, because I'm about to write y'all a letter too.
Amazon, she's trying to tell you, get good programming, because Amazon will do that. They had another show.
It's so many. The only reason that I even watch it now is because I am a House fanatic, and they have all the seasons of House on there, and I will watch them over and over and over.
I love.
But that's about it. That's all they're getting out of me, and that and their
so you're still
services.
Watching Amazon then?
Just one. They only get one thing out of me.
So you're still using their services, but you're mad
and
at
they
them.
also offer. But I realized Apple TV does the same. I like to go back and watch like Quentin Tarantino films because, like you said, I'm a big blood and like guts and zombies and they have Grindhouse on there.
Ooh, that's a good one.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna rate Grindhouse, but then I saw Apple had it, so I was like, well. Even though I think people with iPhones should be able to get Apple TV for free, but I paid my little $4 to watch it.
When you get a new iPhone 12, they give you...
oh, no, I have free Apple TV for a year with my iPhone 10. I was about to say 6.
I got it. I had my 6 for forever.
I had a 6 literally until the 10 was 2 years old, and then I got a 10.
Same. And then I was like, oh, my God.
My camera's so clear.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God, I literally took it to a shoot with Meech. And he was like, oh, let me show you how to work it. I was like, I didn't know my camera could do this.
Look at you. Stuck in the past.
So stuck in the past. But now I have a 12. So let me think. What else? So on Amazon, I think you would like Invincible. You're
not the first person to say that, so
Especially since you like blood and guts. It's animated. It has the guy that plays Glenn from...
Walking Dead.
A lot of people.
Don't say The Walking Dead because
he's Stephen Ewing.
My beef with Walking Dead is real too.
I stopped watching it because
it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, I was watching it before everybody got into it, so like I had got to like season 2, I think, and I'm like, y'all are doing the same shit
over and over again. But I mean, I loved it because I read the comics too.
Okay.
So I was expecting.
If you read comics, the Snyder Cut goes by the comics, like all the way through.
I will try to. I will not.
You
try.
are stressing me all the way out.
I will watch it. I will FaceTime you, and I'll be like, "See, this is me watching."
No, I'm gonna text you every 30 minutes. Like, so how was part 1? How was part 2? Like, I'm gonna quiz you.
I'm really gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like, okay. You. I'll be like, yeah, I watched it. And you're like, well, what happened at minute 15:28?
Get on Google. I'm gonna be Googling myself. What happened at minute? No, but that's why The Walking Dead is just it's boring.
It did. I mean, like when the hype, when everybody, I mean, because I started watching it before everything too, and like I really love the story and the journey of the characters, and of course, you know, you have to have some of your favorites die, but I just got to a point where I was like, I didn't even make it to the point where Negan came on, you know, and I was really
I don't even know who that is. I should tell you what.
So in the comics, there's this character where there's like basically an opposing tribe. So we follow Rick and his tribe, and then, you know, they kind of, everybody they come in contact with, they defeat or have them submit. And then Negan's tribe is like just pure chaos. Like he's ruling them with like this total like authoritarian fear, and he's super violent and aggressive. And I mean, I can say this because it's not a spoiler because it happened years ago, but he kills Glenn like with a spiky baseball bat, like just knocks his fucking head off. I didn't want to see that, so that's when I stopped watching it because I knew it happened in the comic book. Like he has
this is so
like,
aggressive.
Yeah, extremely aggressive.
This is like the 100 when they killed Lincoln.
Yes,
that's when I stopped watching.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, but then I had to go back and be like, okay, so why did they kill Lincoln? I know that Ricky Riddle wanted off because he was going to American Gods.
Yes, which is really good, and I need to catch up on that because that's a really good series. I like it. Yes, it is. It takes a lot of thought to understand it. It's not one of those shows you can watch and be like, I love mythology though. Yeah, me too. I'm really, and I think that's why when I started watching it again, I catch stuff where people hop on the train. Yeah. So when I started watching it, I was okay, this is gonna be really good. And then they brought Orlando Jones on, killed the monologue, like killed it. But it made people start watching it. And then they took him off. And that was the directors, not Neil Gaiman, because Neil Gaiman has a whole series called the Nazi Boys and stuff like that. And so, he talked about slavery. Yes. So that monologue where he's on the ship. The monologue is him telling the slaves like, y'all are going to something worse. Yes. And I thought that that's what made me also get into the show. And then I do like the Leprechaun, and it's a great show. I like him. I did have to watch some episodes a couple times over because I'm not gonna say that I didn't. My brain be like this, and you have to really watch it. You do. You have to pay attention. You can't be like on your phone and like talking to people and stuff. Like you have to watch it because you'll miss stuff. I love the main character, the guy who plays Odin. I love him. Yeah. I loved him on, there was a show that used to come on HBO. I think it was called Deadwood. I loved him on that. Yeah, I can't think of his name. Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I love him as an actor. I love how he's moving the story along. Like he's trying to reclaim his powers as a god, and just even the whole American God. But even his tactics trying to reclaim is like, he's shady. He's so shady. He's shady as fuck. And I like that the new season, Shadow kind of catches on to the, he caught on the last season, but like this season, he's like, no. Yeah. He's like, because you don't do what you say you're going to do. If you are going to do it, it's going to be on some crazy ass terms. Yes. I am not helping you anymore. You're just using me as a pawn. Yeah. That's, and so he has no concern for Shadow at all. He has no concern for anybody. At all. At all. Because even with the Russians. When he killed Shadow's wife in like the first episode, I'm like, this man is wicked. But she came back as a zombie, so... Yeah. And she was just as worse. She kind of acted like him. And she used, I really did not like her and Shadow's relationship at all. She used him the whole time. She was using him because, wasn't she cheating on him? And that's how. Yes. Lord. And was going to leave him. I need a minute. I need to digest this anger. That's what they like, though. That is coming. That's what they like. Anger is coming inside. That's what they like. So this is have the best programming. This is besides the point, but I am a big empath. I watched this documentary called My Octopus Teacher. Oh, did you like it? I did. I liked it too much. I was so attached to this octopus. I'm like, yes, octopus are extremely intelligent. It wasn't even extremely intelligent. The way the documentary is constructed, you feel like you know this octopus too. I'm like, I want to go visit her. Bitch. So you like, what's her coordinates? Yeah, the whole I watched the whole thing. I'm not gonna give it away, but like the whole time I was like, this water is so clear. Like I want to go hang out with her. But I'm not the main character, so she probably would run from me. Because I'm going to be like this. Come here. No. Let me hold you. So I used to have a very, very big fear of large bodies of water. Oh, I still do. But she was like in a little pond. Okay, like, cool. She came to the little areas where you could just hop up like on the whatever it's called. It wasn't deep in the ocean because I don't play with water. I mean, I love to swim, but if it's like I don't do cruises, like it wasn't that. And I have like... So when I went to Dominican Republic, had a great time. Just literally lived there like a local and like had so much fun. And then I met the Germans, and they were like, "Hey, you should go scuba diving." And I was like, "I don't know how to scuba. Like, I do not go into deep water." Looking at things like, "Oh, what's down here?" Because I live on land. But they were like,
"Go snorkeling." That's as much as you get me. I can snorkel.
Hawaii, I snorkeled all the time.
I don't want to go like deep down.
I did. They convinced me, and I went and I took the class, and it was great. And the funniest thing though too was like when they took us out into the water, and I'm on the edge of the boat, and it was super clear, like you said.
Yeah.
I could see all the way straight down, and there was a sunken ship under our boat, like old, yes, really cool, and you could see all the fish like swimming everywhere, and I was like, nah. And they were like,
I'm good.
Yeah. And so then the guy was kind of like trying to push me, and my friend was like, don't push her. Don't do.
Because she'll get out this water and get to.
Yes, like I would literally have stood on top of the water and been like, no. But I finally went and jumped in. We go down to the very, 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 very bottom, and I touched the ocean floor. And I was looking up, and I was like, that's got to be at least a good, I don't know, like 20 stories up. Like,
oh God.
Just like how big the world is. And it's like,
and
the
it's
fish
like
were everywhere.
That's not the part that scares me. Like the fish and all that, like the sharks, that doesn't scare me. What scares me is I know how clumsy I am. And in my head, I'm just like, I'm going to go like scuba diving, and then something's going to happen to where all of a sudden I'm like, my tank is like heavy and I'm getting like.
But you practice with it. Like we practiced for like probably a week in shallow water, like laying down, standing up with that tank on us. So like you don't just like, they don't just shove you out there.
No amount
like,
of practice.
No, you get used to it.
Can train me to swim with my life support.
You should do it
on my back.
Yes. And also the fact that like it's in your mouth and you have like a
little. No,
and I was
because just my luck, the water will get in my goggles, or I'll drop the dang on thing.
They teach you what to do if it comes out of your mouth.
Oh, so it's like a whole training.
You really learn for real, and then you
even when I went snorkeling, I dropped the damn thing, and they had to give me a new one.
Like that's fine. Like,
and I went what is the thing called where the CD you hold on and it like drives you and you just float with it, and you go underwater?
Off of that?
No, so no one told me that when you go like down to come up, you have to kind of arch and come back up. This damn thing is just going to the to where it's dark,
to Neptune,
and I'm like, I'm trying to move it up. Like, how do you go back up? You have to arch, and so I'm like, well, now I'm like just going straight like this, and I'm like, you know what? Finally, I come up, and the boat's like way over there, and my friends are like,
how did you get over there?
And the thing is, like, I was terrified, so I couldn't even go back. I was like, y'all gotta come get me. And then I lost my freaking bikini bottoms because that thing is fast, and they weren't tied tight. So they were like.
So you were just ass out and stranded.
And I'm just like, look.
This sounds like
what are the odds? Moment. This is a very me moment. Yes. And I'm just like, I don't need to have, I don't need to be scuba diving. I can snorkel, or put me in the cage where I can't go that far.
They have like these face masks now too, so it's like a whole helmet like type unit.
I don't know, shoulders. And I'm very, very adventurous and all that, but it's something about the water.
I used to have that same fear, and I got over it. I mean, I'm still like, I'm not doing like 80 meters, but I'm certified up to 40
And then I watch
meters.
shit like what's the 100? What is it? 140 meters down or so? What is it?
Yeah, I'm never.
I watch stuff like that, and I'm just like, this is why I
never.
Can't have
dinosaurs
fun.
Down there.
See?
Or Cthulhu or the Kraken. Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Imagine if you just...
Imagine if you went, exactly.
If you were just looking at some pretty shells and you look up and you're like, it's like a Kraken. I would die right there. I'll just have a heart attack.
Yeah.
Or I'd be like, you know what? This is the end anyways. Let's just...
I could be like, no, don't take your stuff off, Daddy. We're coming to get you.
This is the end.
It's over. Don't
Because
worry
even if I
about
survive and I try to rethink about this story, I'm going to probably have a heart attack.
Yes, I still think you should I still think you should scuba dive. Scuba diving is excellent. I love the little story about the octopus. I want to meet an octopus now.
And that's the thing. This is why this documentary really surprised me, because I am scared of octopus. I just imagine myself being in the ocean and then one just right on your head. Oh my God.
I would not do that.
How do you know? You don't know. Animals are very Mm-mm.
They like. If you
but it was a really
big,
and it wasn't even that big. Like she was like little, like
yeah. Aww.
But no, nothing.
I guess I could read. I'm gonna.
And she was really smart. You need to watch it.
Octopus are very, very smart. Speaking of other marine biology, no, I am gonna say it. Dolphins are very, very freaky. And so our knees are located. I just wanted to give this little tidbit of trivia. Our knees are located where their genitalia are. So they come up to humans that are swimming in the ocean because they're aroused.
And that's why they hump you?
But
this
then there's
traumatic.
Also a documentary about a man who had a sexual relationship with a dolphin in captivity. There is. That's wild. There is.
Was he?
Yes, he was. He was. Obviously.
This is
whole thing. I was like, how is PETA not involved in this? And like, they let him do a documentary to talk about this relationship
because they knew people like you were going to watch it and give the network money. Because I
probably made Tiger King famous because when I watched the first 10 minutes of it, I think he's
hilarious. I'm not even.
Y'all gotta watch.
But I'm not watching a man and a dolphin have sex.
All right, so why do you hate The Boys? I love this show.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody asks me why I hate that, I just don't like it. It's just, I hate everything about the damn show.
Thank you guys. This was a really good show. We're going to come back for another part 2, another episode with Dani to talk about why she hates The Boys.
I just really hate that show.
Stay tuned. To be continued because we're going to get into this.
Both seasons just